These are just strong streaks, if that makes sense. So these are not our final plays. I do have Luke Hughes today, but you can see there he's got eight shots on goal, or I'm sorry, these are shots on goal for hockey. Okay, so we started doing shots on goal, but then we're actually buying it back one shot on goal. So, for example, if Luke Hughes in this example, if he's supposed to get 2 shots on goal, we buy it back to 1 shot on goal, and then we parlay that together with another player. And then I'm going to show you the baseball, and then I'm going to give you a game inside of basketball that I really like, and I'm parlaying that with the NFL. There's a lot of information here, like I mentioned at the beginning of this, so stick around for that. So here's the situation that happened yesterday. We had the over 54.5 for Southern Alabama and Georgia State. That went through. And then we had 2 under 2.5s on the first period for 2 games inside the NHL. Then we had these shots on goal. This is what I was talking about. So, for example, this Jason Robertson, he was supposed to get 3 shots on goal. And we ended up buying it to 2 shots on goal. And then this other guy, David Pasternak, he was supposed to get 4 shots on goal. And then we got it back to 3 shots on goal. I hope that's making sense. But look at this. He got 5 shots on goal here, and this guy got 4 shots on goal. So they easily covered that. Here's another one. These guys were supposed to get 2 shots on goal, and I got them back to 1 shot on goal. That's why the odds are so heavy there. But we're parlaying 3 and 4 of them, which are super heavily favored to hit. And you can see these guys went way over. He's supposed to get 1 shot on goal. He got 4. This guy, Leo Carlson, he's supposed to get one shot on goal. He got 4. This guy got 2, and this guy got 1. So, like I said, these have been good for us. We started doing this about a week ago, and they've been hitting very nicely. So, anyways, these are not based on this. Okay, so again, these are just streaks that has nothing to do with the plays that we're doing. If you want the plays, that's going to be in the link in the description, and then you can go to VIP or the Discord. We're throwing out a lot of stuff in the Discord also. So another hot streak for the hitters. So you can see Ernie Clement has gotten 6 hits or 6 games with a hit, at least 1 hit. Nathan Lukes, Tommy Edman, Guerrero, Will Smith, Falefa, Otani, Kirk, Betts, and Varsho. So these are all, again, not our final plays, but all these batters have gotten at least 1 hit in the last 6 games, 6 games, 6 games, 5 games, and so on. All right, so I hope that makes sense. These are all the plays that we have currently. I have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 9 plays right now, and I'm still waiting for my business partner that he's going to have some more stuff too in college football and NHL as well. And that's the stuff that we go through pretty much on a daily basis. So the Giants, they're at a plus 7.5. They're going against the Eagles. The win probability says that the Giants should win this game straight up. The line is going in their favor. They're massive value. So a lot of the information is saying that the Giants should win this game, but yet they're underdog by almost a touchdown. 50. You can see they're getting 63% of the bets, 56% of the money. The Giants. So basically, the Giants have a decent chance to win this game, like I said. So we're taking this as the first leg of a parlay. I'm going to hook you guys up with that parlay actually. And then, so the Giants, we're taking it on. I'm going to give you the exact slip, actually. I would not take them at the money line I would not take them at the plus 7.5. You'll see exactly what I went with, and then I'm explaining why I went with that as well. It's a 3-leg parlay. Then the Patriots, here's the second one. The Browns have the worst offensive line in the NFL. They're tied for last in pass blocking efficiency. The Patriots have the 5th best defense in the league. They're allowing the 5th least amount of yards. Drake May just broke Tom Brady's completion percentage, 91% last week. The Browns beat up the worst team in football, the Dolphins. But again, that's something called strength of schedule. What that means is that if they just went, it looks very good on them if they go against a horrible team, which they did. Dolphins is a horrible team, but like it says here, that's fool's gold. They're 2-0, can't protect the quarterback. They don't score on the road. There's a lot of negatives for the Browns. So now I'm gonna show you the exact slip I'm going with. So bear with me. And the Giants and the Eagles. obviously they're both very close to each other, so they do face each other a lot. And I can't think of the word that they used for that. But what that means is that this is a very close. It's going to be a very close game. What that means is they're going to score more because it's going to be a close game. Then I'm not going to read all this, but basically, I already said that the Giants plus 7.5 is a good play. I'm not taking it like that. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going with. But then you have a bunch of other information here. And for this one, we're looking at the over. Okay. So again, it's going to be a 3-leg parlay. And for sticking around, guys, I'm going to give you the player props that I'm doing also, the shots on goal. And then I'm going to give you the NBA a parlay as well. What I did is I actually looked at 3 very strong leans and I put them together, but I actually bought them back. So, for example, the Giants, the line started at 41. It's all the way up to 43. I actually bought that back to 34.5. That's a key number before 35. Same thing with the Giants. They're at a plus 7.5. I ended up buying it all the way up to plus 14.5. So they can lose the game by 14 points, 2 touchdowns, and they still win. And then I took the Patriots on the money line. Let me pull up the shots on goal. So Nico Hischier, he's supposed to get 3 shots on goal. We're taking them to get 2 shots on goal. You can see right there, it's a 60% hit rate, but that's not the only thing we look at. This is not just looking at the hit rate. We look at a lot of things. So let me explain what we look at so you can start getting a picture of what we look at. So we first look at the line has to be 3.5, and then we buy it back to 2. That's number 1. And then number 2, they're going against a very weak defense. Shots on goal against, meaning the weak defense. The time on ice, meaning how long this player stays on the ice. Is he part of the power play, meaning that whenever they go into a penalty and then they have a shot, they have a chance to score. Is he part of that team, that first squad, second squad, and stuff like that? And then something called Fenwick as well, which kind of brings all that information together. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. It's not just a hit rate, and it's been hitting for us. Luke Hughes, like I already mentioned that one, he's actually part of the streaks. You can see we only have him to get 1 shot on goal yesterday. 2 days ago, he got 6 shots on goal. And then he's hit this line 100% of the time in the last 5 games. And then we got Ramson Anderson. So take a screenshot of this. Let me go right back to this. Nico Hischier, Luke Hughes, Rasmus Anderson. So those are the 3 that I'm taking for 1 shot on goal. And then this one guy is going to be 2 shots on goal. This guy, Nico Hischier. Yesterday, I gave away this play, and I'll bring it right back to you. So in case you missed it, I'm going to show you one play in the NBA, and I'm parlaying it with NFL for down the week so that we can get better value. I'm going to take the Cavaliers at a minus 4.5 today, and then I'm parlaying that together with the Falcons. There's a lot of reasoning. I already explained the Dolphins are one of the worst teams right now. They lost Tyreek Hill. The Tua is the one, he's throwing a lot of interceptions. They have a horrible offense. So the Dolphins are one of the worst teams. Falcons should easily whoop on them. We're taking the money line on that. And then the Cavaliers, they've won 11 straight games against the Brooklyn Nets. Minus 10.5 for the Cavaliers. And I think it's all the way up to like a minus 14.5 or something crazy like that. So the line has shifted dramatically in the Cavaliers' favor. And then I already mentioned the Falcons information. And then this one, guys. This one I think is going to be considered a long shot because I normally don't do 3 legs. But a lot of this information is legit. So if you want to see this sort of stuff, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be posting this type of information right here as part of my my posts inside of YouTube. So one thing with football and any sport is if you're ever looking at the over-unders, for the unders, for the overs, you want it to be a close game, like the spreads at the beginning of the game, you want it to be close. What that means is that they can either go to overtime, and if they don't go to overtime, it's going to be a very close contested game. It doesn't always work out like that, obviously, but what you want when you're doing your research for the overs, you want it to be the spreads to be a close game. And then on the unders, the bigger the spread, the better, because the unders, usually what happens is that if one team is, especially in basketball, if one team is getting blown out, even the best teams, even like the Cavaliers, even the OKC Thunder, whatever team you're looking at, especially in basketball, is if they're getting blown out, if they're losing, they'll sit out the star players because they don't want them to get hurt. And what happens is that the under actually starts going down. because the big scorers and stuff like that are no longer in the game. So, anyways, that's kind of a little bit of information I wanted to throw out there. Some little ins and outs of how to think about this kind of stuff. Make sure you subscribe, guys. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions. We did have the $5 special come back. So if you want the $5 for today's plays, I'll give you all the plays that I have, plus all the NHL stuff and all the rest of the props that are coming in. Plus, there's stuff for this weekend already thrown in there for football, and then all the props for tomorrow as well. So if you want all that stuff, make sure you send me a text and say, hey, I'm interested in this. Also, if you want the Discord for free, send me a text and say, hey, I want to access your Discord for free for 30 days. And make sure you subscribe on YouTube. All right, guys, thank you so much. Let's have a great day.